Hello there, you're watching RT International. It's just gone 8 p.m. in the evening in the Russian capital. Welcome to the programme. Washington is boosting its support of the Saudi-led bombing campaign in Yemen with increased intelligence reports and equipment. But it's stopping short of helping thousands of its own citizens get out of the war zone. Well, Saudi warplanes have been pounding the port city of Aden for more than 2 weeks now. They've been targeting rebel checkpoints and civilian objects, such as the city stadium over here you can see. Now, at least one American civilian has been killed. Jamal al-Labani is survived by his 3 children and pregnant widow, who are still trapped in Yemen. Now, we spoke to his brother in the US.
He was trapped there for over 3 weeks waiting for an assistant to leave the country, but unfortunately after the airports of the capital Sana'a and Aden was closed, he was stuck there with other people. And what happened, he was at the house and he was trying to go to the mosque nearby when the war almost pretty much stopped at that time. There's no gunfire at that time, and in his way back with his nephew, 13 years old, he was hit by a tank fire that hit the building, and more of a shrapnel pieces of that bomb hit his back and neck, and he passed right on the scene.
In the meantime, medics say at least 25 people were killed overnight in Aden as aerial bombardment and street battles have become a daily reality for the people there. But while other countries have already pulled most of their citizens from the war-torn Yemen, Washington says it's no immediate plans to evacuate its civilians. Now, we managed to get in touch with some of the Americans there who say they feel abandoned by their government.
Currently, there are hundreds of families stuck actually in Yemen that are U.S. citizens, and they are asking me daily, on a daily basis, if there's any concrete evacuation. 50-50 chance, and there is no really concrete evacuation from the State Department directly. They're just using other vessels or other countries and airlines that may evacuate citizens.
We hear bombings every other day, a few bombings a day, so it's very, very scary right now. Basically, we're just sitting here and waiting. Nobody has helped us to evacuate. They replied with an automated message that they do not have any evacuation plans. Basically, figure it out on our own.
Me personally, I'm kind of, you could say, mad at the U.S. because we are American citizens and we never heard anything from them to help us because I have a family here. It's me, my son, and also my wife is pregnant. And as you know, there is no gas, no transportation.
Well, 3 human rights groups have filed a lawsuit against the Obama administration for failure to provide the stranded citizens with assistance. Now, they've also launched an online initiative to help the desperate Americans get out. Now, we spoke to some of those behind the campaign.
The United States government to date has not done anything to evacuate U.S. citizens after they themselves evacuated the embassy employees and their personnel out of Yemen back in February. We've made every effort to bring this issue to their attention, and my understanding from reviewing press conferences and other releases from the Department of State, they have basically said, good luck.
State Department is in a position where they're forced to act and need to act, and it should not have gotten to the point where we have to file a lawsuit to tell State Department to protect U.S. citizens that are currently in Yemen. It could be done. It's something that other countries have done, and we feel that the U.S., with the military equipment it has and with the positioning it has, could bring home its own citizens.
Journalists have pressured the State Department for answers to why thousands of Americans have been left to fend for themselves in Yemen.
For more than 15 years, the State Department has been advising U.S. citizens to defer travel to Yemen, and we've been advising those U.S. citizens who are in Yemen to depart.
Sounds an awful lot like you're saying it's your own fault that you're there. If you're stupid enough to go or stupid enough to stay, your government isn't going to have any responsibility for helping you out. Am I correct?
No,
Is that the
no,
right?
I'm not.
Well, why even mention that then? I mean, people
Well-
are there. Some of them may not have had a choice in going there, and now they're looking for help from their government.
Right,
And you're basically telling them to, well,
continue. Finish your sentence.
fill in the blank.
Well, no, I would.
No. Well, okay. What are you doing for them?
I think I've just
nothing.
discussed with. No.
Meanwhile, the Saudi coalition has refused to let 2 Russian evacuation planes land in the Yemeni capital, Sana'a. That's according to sources at the airport. And the aircraft were sent to evacuate Russian citizens from the war-torn country. But as they reached Saudi airspace, they were diverted to Cairo without explanation. And it's not the first of such incidents. Planes chartered by Moscow were denied permission to land in Sana'a 10 days ago for security reasons. Now, scores of Russians were left stranded at the airport before the Saudi coalition gave their permission for the airlift. Of course, we will be keeping you up to date on this situation as it unfolds, so do stay with us.